Hi there, it's Karen here from Turquoise Treasures. Welcome back to my channel and to some Christmas crafting. At last, we're getting really into the Christmas crafting. And I don't know if you saw the video, but I did this morning film one of Rachel's challenges. It's the one where we did the stamping on the tags and the journal cards. So for me it was this morning, for you it was probably 2 weeks ago. I don't know, I'm not quite sure when this will get scheduled. But I just thought I'd quickly show you that these ones are the ones I made on camera, these 4 tags. And then I went ahead and did a couple more, which I think were dead cute as well. As I said, I did really like the little ones. So I had a couple more I wanted to make, so that's these 2. So that's those. And I also did say at the end of the video that I would complete the final 2 cards that I'd stamped on camera. So I thought, well, I'll just carry straight on and do that. I have another project or some other stuff I want to do in this video, but I thought I'd start with this. Hopefully this won't take too long, and then we'll get on with the other thing I want to do. So I'm going to do one at a time. I do this blue one. I love this blue one with the deer. And one of the things I thought I might use on here, I've got this glittery blue tape, which I hardly ever use. In fact, I think the colour of this outside piece is rather lighter than the inside. I don't think it was meant to be like that. I think it's been laying around for so long it's actually faded. And I want to use this bright blue, so I'm going to have to trim it off a bit to use the bit that I want, although I'm sure I can use the lighter bit as well at some point. But yeah, it's not something used very often, but I thought, as we're using washi tapes and things like that, this might be just right, just to go across the bottom here and really give it a bit of sparkle and shine. So I just want it to go right across the bottom there. So I'm going to pop that on. And this is, it's got a peel off back, so let's hope that doesn't take me too long to actually release, otherwise I'll have to turn the camera off if it doesn't happen quickly enough. Because there's nothing worse than watching somebody trying to get the back of stickers and things, and you know me, I'm always have to do it off camera because I can never get these things to come away quickly. But I think I've done it. Whoa! That's a surprise. It's come away. Let's see how sticky it is. It's fairly sticky. I think it would be okay. I'm just going to go for it and stick it on. If it looks like it's going to start coming off, I will add some glue at a later date. Okay, so that's on there. I wanted to keep it in the same kind of the same colour scheme. I wasn't too sure that I wanted to add any red or green to this. That's not to say I won't, but I think the plan at the moment is to stick with blue, maybe a bit of silver even. So the other idea I thought I might do is I've got my little snowflake punch and I've got some silver cards. I did think I might just pop a few snowflakes. I was thinking of stamping some as well, but I don't know if I need, that might be a bit too much. Even these might be a little bit too much, I'm not sure. Oh, I need to just do my corners. I do like to do round the corners on these things, so I'll do that next, I think, before I forget. And last one. Okay. Don't think this one quite worked as well as I'd have liked. I'm going to give it another try. Nope, it's not going to come rough anymore. Okay, that'll be fine. We'll work with that. Okay, so let's see. Maybe one up here. One here. One over here. Don't want them to look too uniform or too evenly spaced. So now So let's put one down there. Sure, maybe bring that down, make that go up a bit. Something like that. Okay, let's do that. Oops. I'm just wondering, I'm not sure about the Star Eve snowflakes now. I think they might look a little bit heavy next to this with the stamping. I'm not sure. I may rethink that, or maybe I'll only put one on. But the other thing I wanted to do was put a little bit of glitter on some of the spots just to highlight them. I've got some stickles. It's called Waterfall, so it's a blue. It's a really pretty blue, so I thought I might do a bit of that. I might just put a little bit on this Christmas tree, or tree. I don't know if it's necessarily a Christmas tree, but a little bit on the tree. There's a little bit too much there. Let's just take it away a little bit. Spread it out. A little bit on the tree. Tiny little bit on the roof of the little house. Just on those eaves. And there's another little tree here. Just a little spot of glitter. And then a little bit on this tree here. I think that might be enough. Just put a few little touches. It's a bit like little bits of frost, picking out some of the detail on the trees. That might just do it, I think. Sometimes little things are enough. Do I need any more? And all I need to do now is to put a topper on. So I've punched a few toppers out of some of my Florentine papers, and I've got this gold paper. I might just pop that there. I think that will do it for this one. I don't think I need to put anything else on. I have to sort of restrain myself sometimes from overdoing it. There it is. So it may be that I'm thinking I still haven't got around to sewing them, because I only made the first video this morning. Even though, as I say, it's probably been a while since you saw it, but it's still quite fresh in my mind, and I haven't had a chance to get the sewing machine out and go around them, but I would like to do that. I do think that finishes them off. And it's just, usually I use something like scrapbooking paper, something a little bit more substantial for these tabs, and this is quite, this is just paper. But I've seen Rachel using it, and it does work quite well, so it looks quite nice there. So I think that one is finished. I like that. I don't know if you're catching the bit of glitter on there, but I really like that. That little touch here and there. I love that. Okay, I'm really pleased with that one. And then I've just got this one to finish off. So let's do the corners. Oh, I might do my other punch for this one on two of the corners, just for something different. That one. Oh, that didn't work very well, did it? Oh well, not much I can do about that. Let's hope this one goes better. Not quite sure how you're supposed to. Hopefully that's better. Yeah, it is better, that one. So I may have to cover the other one up. That's a shame. It just wasn't quite positioned correctly, was it? Oh well. This goes to show. Even the seemingly simplest things can go wrong. This one doesn't always work perfectly either. Okay. Right. So, I did think I might put on here, I did punch out a few little Christmas trees from the Florentine paper. I've got a gold, and maybe a couple of green ones. I do love my little Christmas tree punch. Just wondering if that's going to work. Yeah, why not? Just something a bit different. Let's pop these on. Glue. Little gold one there. Right. Actually, I might just do this one here, make sure it's positioned correctly. That one there. And I'll just do another one there as well. I was determined I'm going to use these papers because I have a terrible tendency to hoard these Florentine papers. I have the other pack that I bought earlier in the year and I've hardly used any of them. So I'm going to use them this time, these Christmassy ones. They're so pretty. Okay, so that's those. Now I've got a tab I can put on the top, which I think goes quite nicely. It's got the green and the red in it. I did think I will put a little bit of, I may have to put a bit of something at the top there now, mightn't I? Cover up the dodgy punching. Is that going to be enough to cover it? How will that look? I'm going to wrap it right around, covers it at the back as well then, and then nobody will know except you and me. Try and get it to fold round straight. And then I might just scissors. No, I think maybe these scissors will work. Just round this off. There we are. You'd never know. And should I do another little bit of... I was just wondering whether to do a little bit of Christmas tree punching along here. Is that going to over-egg the pudding? Yes, probably. Let's put this on and then see if there's anywhere else it needs a little something. May even need a little glitter. Now I've started with the glitter, I might have to continue. After all, what is Christmas for other than to add glitter? Well, I know. That's a bit flippant, but you know what I mean. If you can't add glitter at Christmas, when can you? Is really what I meant. Alright, so I've got that little tab on. Okay, some highlights. What colour shall I use? Bit of gold, I think. A little touch of gold here. Just try and be a bit delicate with it. Little tree in the background. A few little rooftops that might just have need a little bit of gold. Just to bring them out a little bit. Another little tree. Gotta put a bit on the little bird, haven't we? Okay. And a little bit across the top of the style. And just a few little touches across the top of the wall as well. There we are. Just a little bit. Do I need any on my trees? I'm not sure. I don't want them to detract from the main picture, so I think I'll leave them. I think I might leave that as it is. I don't know, I just feel like it needs a little something around it. I've got any more little stamps that might work. I've got my little snowflakey one. I've got the snowman, but he's difficult because he stamps the wrong way up. Got some little parcels. Okay. What about, yeah, I might, no, nope, yes, no, yes. Master of indecision. But if I do them red, do a couple of little red trees, I think. I hope I'm not ruining things now. I just feel like it needs a little something more. I haven't got any on the edges. Let's see. I think we're all right. It's the same way up as the. I think it's the only one that's not the same way up as the picture was the snowman. That really threw me. That. Well, that's not perfectly straight, but perhaps I'll have to angle the other one the other way. I think. It looks like I've done it on purpose. Here we are. Well, sort of. Okay. Well, there. Maybe I'll have to put another couple on now at the sides. Oops. Okay, let's take this off because it's a bit sticky. I mean, I'm in danger of overdoing it now, but I just feel like it needs a couple of extra little bits at the sides now. There we are. Okay, that will do. Right, that's done. Probably a bit overdone, but never mind. It's fun. Okay, so that's enough of that. We need to get on with the rest of my Christmas project. I've got a journal to get started on, and I haven't really got very far. So let's clear. I'm going to clear all this up, and I'll be right back to get started on my Christmas. So I'm back with the project I was planning to do today, which is to get my journal put together, really. I've made the journal cover. This is just some fabric. There's one of these fat quarter bundles I bought from Hobbycraft last year, and I just thought this is such a gorgeous one. You know, they're all beautiful, but I just thought this would make a nice cover. This one I fancied using this year because it's very different from the ones I used the last couple of years. So that's just the cover, and I've already put on an eyelet here so I can do my closure at the side rather than wrapping something around, which is what I've done before. And this is the inside. This is also from a fat quarter from Hobbycraft. They do some beautiful fabrics sometimes. You just have to be there at the right time because they don't always do the really nice ones. And this was actually not a Christmassy one particularly. This was in a fat quarter that they were just all different red and white or red and off-white backgrounds. Just really pretty. It took my eye. I didn't have any particular plan for it, but I really love this one. And I just thought it worked quite well as the interior for this journal for Christmas. It has a I'm sorry, I have brought myself some water today so that I can actually try not to cough, but I don't cough all the time. Don't get me wrong. I haven't got a cough really particularly. I just always seem to cough when I'm on camera, and I don't know what it is. It's probably a nervous cough. Anyway, so that's the interior. So that's what I've got, and I just want to decorate this a bit. And what I've often do, what I've done before, is whenever I'm, you know, after Christmas, I'm always go through the old Christmas cards, and I sometimes cut images out that I might use either as a tuck or to make a pocket or something like that. But also sometimes they can be quite good on the cover. And I have used one certainly in the first journal I did 2 years ago. I had a lovely picture of Father Christmas on the front, which just came from a Christmas card. And similarly, so does this. This comes from a Christmas card. I haven't really done much to it. All the glitter was on there already. All I've done is cut round it and put a bit of the gold glimmer paste, or whatever it's called, lunar paste, around the edge just to give it a finish. I could just put it on like that and it looks really nice as it is, but that would be too easy, wouldn't it? So, I mean, I still could do that, I suppose, but I did wonder about putting something behind it. So I picked out, I went through a load of my different laces. This is a proper vintage lace that I've had for a while. I haven't got much left. I bought it on a, you know, on a strip from an antique shop, and I absolutely love it. And I haven't got much left, but I thought I haven't used it on a journal that I'm keeping myself, so it went on both the wedding journals that I made, I believe. Just because I just think it's beautiful, and I thought maybe behind here that would look quite nice. I don't know. Now that I've looked at it without the lace, I'm thinking that looks quite nice, just because I do love this fabric. I don't know. I'm doubting myself now. I hate having to make a decision on camera. I like to come on and having made these decisions already, and I thought I had. But it does cover an awful lot of the background, unless I was to cut this, but then you end up losing your finish, don't you? Not that that's necessarily a bad thing. Just wondering if it's a bit too wide. So I like this bit of pattern here. I'm just wondering whether to trim that down a bit. I wouldn't lose as much of the background then, because I love the fabric. I don't want to lose that. Oh, I think I might just have to try it. Just cut this down a little bit, sort of about here. Feels a bit like sacrilege, but otherwise I'm never going to make my mind up. Trying to keep straight. And I'll probably have to take the edge off this one then, so that at least it looks similar. I think I prefer that. So I'm just going to take that little edgy bit off, and then it'll be the same on both sides, won't it? As you know, I'm not good with hard edges anyway, so it's probably a good thing. Right, a little bit can go. Right, let's just pop that there. I think I like that better. So you can still see a fair bit of the background. Yeah, I think that's better. Okay, let's glue that on. Fabri-Tac. That's what I'm going to do, I think. Let's Fabri-Tac across here. Side. I have to bring it towards me a little bit because it's a bit of a stretch to get the glue on. Doesn't need, I don't think, a huge amount because it's quite strong and it's only fine lace. How far down do I need to go? Oh, right down to there. So this was the bit I thought I'd made my decision on. So I've got a few other bits to choose whether to add to it or not. Okay. That should hold. And then I'll put my Christmas tree right there. One of my favourite Christmas images is the tree. Right. A bit more. Just over there. Okay. I think that's probably enough. So I quite like how the flower just kind of looks a bit like a frames the top of the tree somehow, almost like a sunburst, but not. Anyway, so there we are. So there's my Christmas tree. And then I'm thinking maybe it needs something across the bottom here. So I have got this piece of gold leafy trim, which I thought maybe just give it a little finish at the bottom. Yep, I like that. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I was considering some black lace because it's got the black background, something like this. I think I got this idea of doing it on the corner like that from Tina at Shabby Dabby Doodah, who does this kind of thing and uses black lace and this gathered lace to such great effect on her in her journals, but I don't think I can quite emulate what she does. I'm not sure that I can make it work quite right. I don't know, there's just can't quite get it to look how I want it to look. And I've got another bit of lace that I could underneath. This bit with the scallop edge. I did think about putting under here as well. Could do that and then put the gold over the top. But does it need it? That's the question. Does it really need a little bit of black? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't work. I'm just going to stick with the gold. Just give myself some options. I think it's just because I have got the black background on the fabric. I thought the black lace might work, but in the end I don't think it does. Well, at least it doesn't for me. Ooh. This stuff is a bit of a pain to add the glue to because it's curling up, twisting around and not behaving. Alright, got it. There. Just a little finish across the bottom. I do have one of these flowers that I made, which has got the same fabric here as on the inside, and also it's got another one of those fabrics that I bought from Hobbycraft at the back as well. You can't really see it terribly well, but it's a green and red design as well. But I just think that might be too much, even for me. When you know, I always think more is more when it comes to Christmas, but then sometimes you just have to know when to stop. And I quite like that just as it is, because I don't want to detract from the gorgeous fabric. I just love this fabric. Isn't that beautiful? So I think that will do for the cover. Now the other thing I wanted to do, as you know, I got a Florentine pack from Rachel at Roxy Creations. I ordered one of her Christmas Florentine packs, and in the pack she's put in just a little package, or I suppose just a little extra, of some trims, bits of ribbon and things like that. And one of the trims was this piece, not with the lace. I added the lace, but this piece here, which is like a truck with a Christmas tree, with some Christmas trees in the back, and it's all got glitter on it, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It just comes like that. That's the piece I got. I've got a few other lovely bits and pieces that I don't know whether I'm going to be able to, I would normally hoard this, but it just looked so perfect as a pocket on here, on the inside. I just thought I have to use it. And I added the bit of lace just to finish it off. It does look like it needs a little bit of trim at the side there. So I shall do that. And then I'm going to put this on as a pocket at the front. There is a very similar piece, I'll show you. It's not the same design, but the same sort of thing. This was also included. It's actually got a bit of wire in it. I don't know if I can get that out. Oh, I can. I might do that. Get the wire out. But I could use that on the back pocket. But I don't know if I need a back pocket at the moment, so I'm not going to do that yet. But I think I might do. Off camera anyway. There's got wire down the edges, which I need to remove. This one may do as well, but actually for a pocket I'm not sure that's a bad thing. It makes it a little bit more rigid. So I'm going to leave it in this one. And I'm just going to glue it straight down there. And then that's my pocket done as well. Ooh. We have bulging out glue. So let's put the glue to use. If it's going to come out, let's put it out. Put it where we want it, not have it just going wherever it wants. And all over the place. Absolutely love this piece of trim. It's nice to be able to use it straight away. And resist the urge once again to hoard. Just because I have found the perfect place for it, so there's. I might be able to pull it over a little bit further. There we are. too near the middle. Nope, it's nicely positioned. And I have sewn around, as you can see, I have sewn around my cover. I mean, literally this cover is just, sorry, I've got glue sticking my fingers together. It's one of those 9x12 envelopes. I use it for nearly all my covers. It's just easy peasy, and I just like a fabric cover. I haven't really been very adventurous with my cover making, I must admit. And one of these days I really must do something different. But it just, if I find a piece of fabric I like, it just makes a great cover. So I stuck it, I think in the previous ones I've done, I do sometimes fold it over and then make a nice tidy edge. But this one I just cut round it. I sewed it, glued it down first, glued the front, glued the and then sewed round the whole thing. And I've got red thread on the front and brown inside, just because the brown was the bobbin that was in there, and I thought, well, it might as well stay brown, as that was the bobbin I had. And I thought, well, I could have changed the bobbin, but I decided not to. Kept it as brown. Thought it would show up just as well, if not better, than the red on the inside. So that's it. That's my cover. Quite happy with that. Now I have to do my signature. And I happen to have got that ready as well. Let me just put my top on this before the glue just goes everywhere. I don't know if I'm going to need that. I don't think I will, so I'll put it in my pot. Right, so I've got a pile of bits and pieces here to make my signature. So first of all, I've got this I'm going to have to do something with. I started folding them and I thought, well, I'll show you them. They are all different sizes, because I have to trim them down, because what happens is, now that I can't print borderless anymore because Windows 10, well, I haven't been able to figure out how to do it. I'm sure there is a way. There has to be a way, but I haven't figured it out yet. Neither has my husband. We both tried. So if you print back to back, which I try to do, you end up having to trim off the bits that on the one side, and then on the other side different bits are showing white, so you have to trim it off again a bit more. So I end up with papers not as big as I would like, because also my printer for some reason never quite takes the papers in completely straight. They're always slightly skew. Even when I was printing borderless, there were often little bits I had to trim off, just because it never seemed to take the papers in straight. So without the borderless, you end up with bits you have to trim on the inside and the outside, which makes the whole thing even smaller than it should be. So anyway, so I'm trying to remember what kit's these from. I'm not sure which kit this is from. I've got so many kits that I've bought. For sure, these two, I think I showed you these before. These are from TaylorMade Journals, the vintage Christmas wrapping paper kit, which I love. And I've got another one of those, I think, that I'm going to use. I'm using a mixture this year of a variety of kits, just because I thought that would be fun to mix them all up. So this is another one from TaylorMade Journals, and I just thought these ones were really fun to use. So I may have to do more trimming once I've folded them, because they might not be completely straight. Okay, so that's that one, and I've lined that one with some red dotty paper from my Janie B Journals kit that I used last year, the name of which I can't remember. This one I think is Victoria Designs. This has come out, it's come out the same height, but it's not as wide, so it's a bit of a narrow page, but I don't think it matters if they're not the same. If you see, they're just not quite as wide, but that doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter if they're, I can always put some lace or something across the edge of it. This one is definitely Crafty Cat. I think it's Letters to Santa, I think. And then I've just got some of my own Masterboard digitals on the back. I did a couple of, I did a few neutrally ones that I could then scan and use for backing, which I have done a few times. So I'm going to fold that one up. And that might need, does it need trimming? I'm not that great at folding it perfectly, so may need a little trim. Look across the bottom there, it needs trimming as it It's about right across the top. Now this one was the one I used the very first year. And let me just go and check. Really ought to check what this one is. Okay, I thought I'd better go and check. This one is AntiquePaperie, a Christmas kit from AntiquePaperie, which is really gorgeous. So I wanted to use page from this because I don't think I used this one in my first journal. This was the kit I used as my main kit in the first Christmas journal I did, 2019. And I was just... This one, I believe... I've told you that one. This one, I think, is also from the Victoria Designs. I think this is Victoria Designs as well. Okay, so that's this one. The back, this is the kit from Vintage Studio 717 when they did their red and green. This is my closest I could get to the Christmas Florentine papers last year, so that's why I used that. I still really like it. This one is Roxy Creations. That's kit number 1, Christmas kit number 1. Really gorgeous. This is actually my lacy paper. This was actually that bit of lace I used on the cover. But this lace, this is it. But that's how it came out when I scanned it. So you lose a lot of the colour. But I thought it was quite pretty enough to use as a background. That one. Another one from Roxy Creations, I think. Yeah, I've used 3 of hers. This is another one of my laces, my lacy digitals. It's a really lovely kit. And as this is the only one, well, it was the only one I bought. I have now bought the one by Rach and Bella Crafts, the one that they're using in their collaboration, which is a gorgeous kit. And I'll probably use that a lot more next year, because I had enough. I'd already chosen all these for this year. And that's the other one from Rachel at Roxy Creations, and another lace digital on the back. So that's the actual kit papers that I want to use. I don't know, I haven't decided on the order or anything. So, but they're the ones I've got. So it's a bit of quite an eclectic mix this year, which I rather like. I quite like the fact that I'm using a mixture of those that I've used before, but not made a whole journal out of. Now these are some of the ones I was doing some dyeing, paper dyeing a while ago. So this is the green. I've got a couple of greens. It's quite a bright green, it's turned out. So I may use 1 or 2 of those in the kit. So let's just fold that in half. In the kit, sorry, in the journal as pages. These are going to come out a bit bigger, if you see, because obviously the other ones had to be cut down a fair bit. So I haven't quite decided if I'm going to cut them down. I'm not sure I will bother, because the cover is perfectly big enough, I think, for them to be inside. I might trim off this side a bit, because it's almost going up to where the eyelet is. So I might trim off a bit at the sides, but not at the tops. That's what I think might be a good idea. So I've got a couple of green ones. So I'll fold them in half and we'll see. I may not use, because the green ones I could use in other journals, in any kind of botanical type journal. They'd be quite okay to use. But this one, these, I'm really pleased how these came out. I mean, they are red. They are really red. And I think Christmas is probably the only place to use these. So I've probably got enough red papers now for about 5 Christmases. But I was happy with those. Some of them came out, I didn't do as dark. I made a bit more pinky. So they might be usable elsewhere in other journals. So I've got 2 of those. 2 of the greens. Now I've got some straightforward coffee dyed. One I cut down to the same size, and then I thought maybe I don't need to do that. But I might put it in as it is. But the other one, this one, hasn't been cut down. I've got another one. But I've got this, this is a kit by Allure Books Crafts, and it's just a very small kit. There's 2 other pages, but obviously because they've got the white in between and they're small, I thought maybe the best way to use them would be to cut them out and stick them onto some coffee dyed paper, just to make them look a bit more in keeping with the rest. I didn't want to keep this white bit in the middle because you've got to disguise it, and I don't know, didn't really want that, and I thought it would be maybe better or more fun, give me more options if I cut it down and stick it onto some coffee dyed paper. So that's what I'm going to do. And that one. And then this one. I thought these were just really fun. They're collagey papers, but they're really fun. I thought they'd be quite nice for a slightly different page, especially if they're backed onto some coffee dye. Right. Get rid of these bits. So I think I might do that on there. The question is, do I do that one on here or on the back? I do it on there. Right, I think I'm going to risk it and use, because I find if I use the glue stick it does tend to make everything curl up an awful lot. So I thought I might try using the tacky glue, and it might not curl up as much. I could be wrong. I have often been wrong about these things, but I'm going to try it. I'm wondering if maybe I might do a little sewing around this. I don't usually sew on my pages, but a bit of a zigzag around the edge of this paper might look quite funky. Is that about level? Pull it up a little bit, and let's get one of my cards. Make sure it's smooth on the other side as well. Yeah, that's all right. And then I thought, I could do it on the back, but I don't think I will. I think I'll do it on this side. Run up into the corners. But I do think it might benefit from a little zigzag all around. So I've managed to make quite a bit of sewing for myself already, because all those tags and journal cards I made in the Roxy challenge, they'll all need, maybe not the tags, maybe just the journal cards. I think perhaps I'll just sew around them. I do like the look, but sometimes it's just takes a long time to do if you want to get things done. So I might not do all of them. Right, Let's see where the middle is. I want it fairly equal between. I want it more or less in the same place as the top, as the other one. Then get up a fraction, and okay. Make sure it's nice and smooth at the back. Yeah. Well, I'm happy with that. Yeah, I think it would finish it off just to do a zigzag all around. I might just do that off camera. And let's just have get some idea of how this is all going to look when it's put together. I should probably keep changing my mind because I usually do. But let's pick a first page, and I might do some what's it called, stenciling on some of them, certainly on the coffee dyed one, because I think they just need a little bit of cheering up. The colour ones maybe not, but I'll probably add bits and pieces prettiness to them in some way. Right, let's choose a first page. That's always a good start. I think it's going to have to be one of the Rachel papers because I really love them. And maybe that one would be a nice first page. Alright. So that says Christmas chimes. So then I thought maybe I'll put the bells in next. More Christmas chimes. And then maybe this one would go nice. Oh. I think I'm going to have to do a bit of something around the edge. It's very white, so I might just do some inking around the top of this. Oh no, I've got two lots of the same interior, haven't I? Okay. Right, let's put that in there. Then that one would be good. Yep. Oh, hang on. Let's put one of these in. Where are you going to go? Oh, I think so. Bit of red. Whoa, look at that page. Is that too red? Would green be better? Might be too much, mightn't it? Maybe the green would be better. Maybe I put the red there. Yeah, that looks better. Another Rachel page. And this one. Oh, I've got to think about what I'm going to put in the middle, haven't I? Well, it will have to be this one, I think. I shall fold that the other way. Okay, so that one there. That one. Where have I got red? maybe another rib there. And that might go nicely there. Oh, then I might put him in to that one. Oh, ooh, it's a bit sticky. Must have been some leakage of glue. Don't want that sticking together, do we? So that one like that. Then a green one. Then this one. Maybe that one next. How's that? How many is that then? There's clearly going to need to be a bit of trimming here. That gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, that's quite a lot. That is quite a lot, 15 pages. I know that's kind of fairly standard, but I just think it might be a bit too much. I think 12 is probably sufficient. Which means I'm going to have to do a little bit of culling, aren't I? Oh, I don't like that idea at all. I may have to take this one out. That works still quite well with that. I want to leave the red in. Sorry, Miss Santa, that one's going to have to go as well. Even though I wanted some from a variety of kits. I know it'll get too fat, and when last year's one is ridiculous. I'll quickly show you last year's and the last 2 years so you can see with the ones I've got. There is a playlist for my previous Christmas, so I'll link that below. Just one tick and I'll go and get my other journals. Right, now you can see what I mean. My Christmas journals are absolutely ginormous. So this one isn't the first one I made ever. This is Christmas 2019. This is the image from a Christmas card that I used on the front of this one, and if you can see, it's huge. And this is because once I've made the journal and filled it with pockets and all sorts, I then did my own work in it, and it's got loads of photographs and journaling and all sorts in it. These are my journals that I've used to record my Christmas, my family Christmas. So there is a playlist called Christmas 2020, but the first, because I didn't make this one on camera, so the first video on that is a flip through of the Christmas 2019 journal, which is this one. So that's that journal. It's huge, but I love it, of course. And then this is the one I made last year, and flowers have got a little bit squished, but never mind, because it's been used. And as you can see, this too is really, really chunky and absolutely stuffed full, because yet again, as before, this is the one I used. I only make them for myself, Christmas journals, because I don't sell them. And I haven't done one for anybody else. I did a little mini journal for my niece in Australia last year. I think that's probably also in the same playlist. So what I'll do is I'll try and, if you can link a playlist, I will link my Christmas 2020 playlist in case any of you have missed it, and you can see what I did and how I made this one. So that's what I'm going by, and I'm thinking, well, these really are straining at the gills, these journals. So I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't make one quite as fat as that. I know it doesn't look it at the moment, but as you can see, by the time I'm finished with it, it's absolutely heaving with stuff. And I don't think I even filled it right to the back, so I don't need as many pages. So I think I've got it down to 13. I might try and get it down to 12 pages. And I'll trim these down here a little bit so it doesn't look quite as, they're not sticking out quite as much, and they're all at different levels. So, what was that? Something just fell down. What was it? No idea. Oh, that was a bit spooky, but never mind. Alright, so that's as far as I've got today. I'm going to have to do a little bit of work on these off camera, and then I'll come back and see what we've got in the way of ephemera I've already made. See if I've got any left over from last year I can use, and we might start putting it together. I shall probably sew it in off camera as well. And then I'll see you in the next video to start putting things in it, hopefully. Okay, bye for now. Thank you for joining me.